In this short video, I'm going to remind you on how to sketch an eye using a contour line drawing. Remember, the contour line drawing means an outline so that it's easier for us to understand what to color in with what. So let's go ahead and get started. I like to always measure the tear duct to the tip of the eye with a pencil and get an angle, because angle is always most important thing when we're starting with the sketch. So I'm going to roughly measure, and I think that's about the right angle. And I noticed there are more space on the top than the items on the bottom of that line. So I think I made it a little dramatic, so let's use that. And I'm going to determine the size of the eye to be about here and there. Now with that, let's go ahead and measure other parts of the eye. So I see the tear duct here, and it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 about. So if I was to make the tip of the eye to be here, I'm just going to roughly estimate about that point. I mean, it's really easy, just estimate. We should be pretty good with that. And I'm going to measure the angle for the tear duct. I see that it goes up in that angle, so trying my best to measure that and draw the angle on top of that here. And with that, I see the highest point of my upper plane of the eyelid is here. So from there, it just gets connected to that. If I was to verify that slope, that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and move on to the bottom. So it's pretty straightforward here, and it goes down a little bit. I'm going to measure the angle and goes up. So the lowest point is here. It's pretty straight here, and it goes up, and slope is pretty nice with that. Now with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and roughly estimate where my eye pupil and iris is. It's not quite hitting the highest point, it's a little bit off to that. So I see that eye pupil sort of hits that, and it's about halfway point and a little bit more. So my pupil sort of covers up that point and sort of hits the bottom of it. So with that, I'm going to try my best to create a circle that will best fit the measurement that I predetermined. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the pupil inside. All right, and I have basics here. From here, I'm going to go ahead and start adding details. What do I mean by that? Well, there are lower planes of the upper eyelid. You sort of see the white differentiation. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the inner part of upper eyelid. It's extremely important that we make the space here now. And I see the tear duct ending somewhere here. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and open this up. You see the top plane of the lower eyelid. So I'm going to go ahead and make that space, and also make that second line. And as we can see that it gets thinner, but it's definitely there. I'm going to go ahead and take this time to erase some of the details. I definitely want to make this pretty light, as the skin is pretty light and we don't want to have a black line shown as we color. All right, I'm ready to go ahead and define the pupil and iris. All right, and I'm going to round up the edges. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on the double eyelid. It's pretty parallel curve to the upper planes of the eyelid, but it's definitely thicker here and thicker here. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and draw the double eyelid, and sort of disappear here. And I see the bag under the eye. And I see this shadow, which we are going to try to enhance. It's not just about drawing an eye that's important, it's also drawing the glabella and the eye bridge and all that. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and add rough estimate of my eyebrows. And I am done with my contour line. Okay, you may put a little bit more details here if you like, but this should be pretty good.